Hello and welcome to Joseph's Mantle TV. I'm your host Kevin Horn. We're going to delve into three main initiatives of Joseph's Mantle: serving with your gifts, leading with your character, and advancing the kingdom in your sphere of authority. Again, that's serving with your gifts, leading with your character, and advancing the kingdom in your sphere of authority. Well, serving with your gifts, what exactly is that? Well, Joseph, as you know, was given prophetic dreams by God. He was shown his destiny, his future, and he was able to prophesy to his father and his brothers about what was going to happen. Now, they didn't receive his gifts, but he declared what God had shown him regardless. Well, later on, he ends up having to interpret some dreams for a butler and a baker. And these were people that were in Pharaoh's royal court. So God, we see, had given Joseph a gift of dream interpretation to understand spiritual mysteries and riddles and those things that God would be saying to people. Well, Joseph eventually gets to interpret the dreams of the Pharaoh, the king of the largest nation in the known world at the time. And God specifically gifted Joseph to be able to do that. Well, we see that he had a gift to receive revelation. He had a prophetic gift. He also had a gift to interpret dreams. And he also had a gift to apply revelation. That is huge, because you may receive a message from God, you may understand a little bit about what he's saying, but the question is, do we know how to apply the revelation we're given? So Joseph was given an understanding of how to apply revelation, and he was also given the wisdom to know what to do and how to administer Egypt as the prime minister. So he was given administration gifts, and he was given understanding about how to manage a food supply and doing all sorts of things, even security. We'll talk about some of those things in a later course. Well, leadership is a huge thing, and I believe that it's at a premium right now. We have almost a famine of leadership, and that's because of a lack of character in most people. We have a lot of people that are serving as superiors and bosses, executives, but I see a real lack of leadership in the country. And I believe it's time for us as Christians to go in and fill that void, because there are so many people looking for God-ordained leadership, people that will lead with true, good character that has been refined in the fire, refined as silver even. That will be a course that we're going to be looking at later on in Joseph's Mantle, is a course on leadership called Refined as Silver. I encourage you to keep your eyes open for that. We're going to be talking about personal development. We're going to be talking about discipline in our lives, making sure that we're doing everything that we need to do according to the Word of God. There are certain basics in excellence. There are certain basics in our own lives, such as our finances, all these things, our personal lives, our family life, the way we spend our money, the way we spend our time. There's a lot of personal development that we need to do to make sure that we're a disciplined person that can serve well in the marketplace. Then there's also spiritual things such as character issues that we need to get right with God, and making sure that our lives aren't, our mouth is saying one thing, but our lives is saying another. The way we live our lives, is there a dichotomy here? Are we saying one thing, but we actually do another? That is a lack of character. So we want to look at personal development, personal excellence, character development, and then also understand leadership dynamics and how to lead, because there are right ways and wrong ways. And servant leadership is a huge thing. We want to look at the life of Jesus and how he led his disciples. And we also want to look at Joseph, because he was a great leader as well. The last thing we want to look at is the sphere of the marketplace that you're called to. The sphere of the marketplace that you are called to. Bill Bright and Lauren Cunningham back in the 70s talked about 7 different mountains of cultural influence. And those are government, religion, family, media, arts and entertainment, education, and the economy, which encompasses the business world, technology, and science. Every Christian that's listening to this video is called to one of those 7 mountains. Even if you're a paid pastor, you're called to the religion mountain. And you're also called to influence other mountains as well. So I encourage you, if you're a Christian listening to this video, understand that God has called you to one of those 7 mountains, and we want to help equip you and help train you and help you discover what mountain that you're called to. So let us give you the tools to understand how to get to the bottom of your mountain, how to understand which mountain you're called to. And we can do that through a series of assessments. We're going to be putting those out on our website, josephsmantle.com. Look for the assessments, and we will help you start finding what mountain that you're called to in the marketplace. Well, I would say that there are not just 7 mountains, but I believe there's an 8th mountain, and we'll talk about that later. Stay tuned for the next broadcast where we talk about mountain number 8. This is Kevin Horn with Joseph's Mantle.